I really hope that you all are doing wonderful today and has had an incredible day so far. So, firstly, before I can start anything today, I would like to make an apology about yesterday. I started a live yesterday at 1 o'clock, and then 2 seconds in the live, I heard my little one fell over from the bed, and I had to just rush for that. He hasn't been well since morning either yesterday. So, but he's much better today. So I'm really happy about that. But having all of that said, I do apologize for that. But here I am. Day 6, transform your money situation. If you haven't watched the last 5 videos, go ahead and watch it, do the exercises, because none of this is going to make sense if you have not done any exercises, which I have suggested in the past. Because what we are doing here is getting to know about our finances, which means being aware of our finances. um, be very clear on the finances, what is right, what is wrong, and then start working towards clearing them. So day 6 today, and today we are going to be talking about clearing up your financial past. Now, in order to do this, first of all, before I can start talking about clearing up your financial past, firstly, I would like to celebrate all of you there who has been following me in the live, and also would like to congratulate you to make this far. It's not easy. It's not an easy task. I completely know that because I have been through it. So now, without any further ado, let's just jump right straight into it. So, in today's live, clearing our financial past, it does include all our debts which we have in the past and how we can start clearing that up now, and what to do for that. Now, what we want to do firstly is what you want to do is to get I would want you to pull out last 6 months credit report if you have, for you guys. So you do not your credit rate does not get affected if you are pulling out your own credit report. um, it only gets affected if anyone is doing any hard search on it. That is not what we are doing right now. So we are going to pull out our 6 months, if possible 1 year credit report, last 1 year's credit report. So now the purpose of this is we are going to look into the bad side of our credit and good side of our credit. Okay, we are going to pat on our back for the good side of the credit, and we are going to make improvements on the bad side of the credit report. Now, when I'm saying credit report, check your score in those past 6 year or months here, or 12 months, or 6 months, whichever you are going for. Check your credit score in all those 5 months, 6 months, 12 months, whichever, and compare if it's going down or if it's going up. If it's going down, then maybe you want to evaluate what could be the reason in that particular month for that credit report to go down. If it's going up, again, it could be a good thing to evaluate why the credit report has gone up. Now, what you want to do after this is, when you are doing this exercise, guys, I would like to mention this again, because we are going back to our past. It is going to bring up so many memories, so much guilt, and so much resentment with you guys. With it's natural. It's going to bring that up on the surface, but it's completely natural. Just remember that. So if you are coming across any of those thoughts, just acknowledge those thoughts. Just know that this is really, really normal to happen. But what we are trying to achieve here is to find out from what time and what did we do that we have gone into the bad financial state, if we have any. And also, if we are in a good financial state, which is a very good news, then what can we do now to make it even better? Okay, so first things first, we are going to do that, and then we are going to move further ahead in that. After we have pulled out 6 months or 1 year's credit report and noted down our credit score for each month and see where we have gone up, where we have gone down, and what is the reason behind going up and going down in the credit report. After that, what we are going to be doing we are going to look into our debts. Now, when I'm saying we are going to look into our debts, what I mean here is we are going to make a list of every debt we have. Here, I mean by bad debt, which we have from creditors, which we might have from the loan, if we have taken any personal money from anyone, anything like that, whatever you have, even credit cards. The only loan which I would generally people don't consider in this type of exercise is if you have any mortgage, because that is considered to be a good debt, because you are paying that debt towards building something. So that is not considered as a bad debt. Bad debt is if you have a personal loan sort of thing, or if you have a credit card, or if you have anything like that, that is considered to be the bad debt. So what you want to do is you want to make a list of each of that debt, and I want you to make prioritize that list as well. So uh, there are two ways of doing this when you are doing this. So maybe you want to get rid of all the short debts, like small debts first. So basically what happens is when you are going through this exercise and when you are doing it, you in yourself feel so much resentment of doing that, and it's very hard for you to be motivated in order to do that. That's why it's obviously very important to keep yourself motivated. And to do keep yourself motivated, it is always good to start with the small debts. Now what you want to do is you want to make a list of all of that. Once you are going to be prioritizing your debts in the list, which one you want to pay faster, quicker, and first, and which one can you want to leave it for like kind of later. Remember, we are going to be paying every debt on a regular basis monthly, because the aim here is to improve our credit report, to set ourselves as strong financially, so that we can like kind of in future start investing in good debts and start investing and earning from it. Yeah. So you want to make a list of each and every debt. Now first thing, now while you are doing this is so from that list, you would actually sort out the minimum payment of each debt. So say for example you have one credit card, one personal loan, one maybe car on finance or anything like that. Yes, it maybe these three things, or maybe you have like kind of a money borrowed from someone as well, in that is called as bad debt as well. So now if you will make a list of all of that. Now you have to prioritize that which loan is going to make you feel happier if you are going to repay it sooner. So say for me, if for me as a person, if I have to repay anyone, the first debt is the one for me is going to be the debt which I have taken from someone. So that would be the first debt which I would want to repay, the first thing. Okay. So if that is the case with you, go ahead, by all means do that, because then it's for many people, obviously, that is considered the most pulling you down debt. For me, it is like that, at least. So once you have made the list, what I'm going to do, the minimum amount which is affordable for you, like which is affordable. So say for example, apart from paying, so you have like 500 £600 in debt in the credit card, and your minimum payment might be going £10 £11 a month or something like that. But in this case, what we are going to do, instead of paying £10 £11 a month minimum payment, what we are focusing on clearing up our debts, remember. So what we are going to do, what minimum can I afford to pay, can I afford to, in order to clear up this debt. Okay, so say for example, I can afford, instead of 10 or 11 pound, I can easily afford, I think that I can afford £30 a month. So I am going to be putting that £30 next to that credit card. Now the another loan is personal loan, if you have taken any. So now a personal loan, you probably might be paying off 100 pound a month back as like with interest. So now what is the aim here is, now again evaluate what is the minimum affordable that you can do in clearing up that debt. So instead of 120, maybe you can afford 150 or maybe 200 on the monthly basis. So write that amount next to that. Similarly, for each and every debt, you are going to write the minimum possible amount which is affordable easily by you without stressing yourself. Remember, we are not doing all of this to stress ourselves at all. We are going to make a list of that amount. And then on the monthly basis, we are going to start clearing up this. Instead of holding this thing back and only making the minimum payment of everything and building up on the debt, we are going to be start clearing up this eventually, like gradually, by taking these steps. Okay. um, Now how you can apply this in your life is, I will tell you step by step. I have already told that, but I will repeat it myself. So arrange your list of debts in order of lowest to highest. List the minimum payment required for each. Yeah. Note the interest rates and due dates as well. Add up the minimum payment from all but the smallest obligation. That's exactly what I said. So minimum payment is 10 or 11, but you are adding up to 30 pounds. That means that you are adding up on the minimum payment so that you can actually repay that debt. Keeping in mind, whatever we are doing, we have to keep in mind that we are including interest rates and due dates in all of this exercise as well. Now, spend a few moments considering how much you might be able to allocate at the smallest debt. Yeah. Um, and then examine your grand total and see if it feels attainable. When you are giving yourself the grand total for monthly, that is very important that you are happy with it. You think that that is completely attainable by you, so that you do not get demotivated in the process and you continue doing that. I would highly recommend, if you're a person like me who have taken any money from anyone and really want to can't sleep without repaying it back, then concentrate to put more money towards that so that you can repay that first, and then less money towards the other debts that you have in the list. If that is not the case, if you don't have anything borrowed from anyone, then I would suggest to go with the smallest debts first and put the bigger amount to clear those debts out of the way first. What happens when we are doing that mentally, our mind actually motivates us. But because if we are like kind of putting high uh, high numbers first in front of us, we tend to like kind of pull ourselves back from it. The reason is very simple, that our mind tells you, why do you even want to do that? You are comfortable doing what you were doing, so why you want to change that thing? So that is something what we don't want our mind to tell. That's why we want our mind to take small little baby steps at a time and then achieve debt free life that way. Now now, as I said, most of the time we do not include our mortgage or anything if we have any in these debts, because that is considered to be a good debt. After you look at your numbers for this exercise, you may decide that it's wiser to stop making savings or retirement contributions while you focus on becoming debt free. That happens many a times. When you're focusing on becoming debt free, stop or we stop focusing on savings or on our retirement contribution. I would highly say don't do that. Whatever savings and whatever retirement contributions you are doing at the moment, continue doing that, because that is a completely separate thing from what you are trying to do here. So now, see, I understand that you probably might be thinking at this particular time that if I'm not taking any money from this side, how am I going to give it to this side? Now, if you're thinking in the broader picture, like in the month, how much do we spend on going on movies or going out for dinner or buying something which is not even necessary in our life? So to be able to spend money freely and without thinking that we are spending money, and without feeling guilty about it, we have to be first in the position where we are completely debt free. Because if we are not, then every time we are spending money, we are going to be feeling so guilty about doing that, and that is a major money block. We are doing this, we are doing a major disservice to our own self by doing that. Please don't do that. That's the reason, instead of taking money away from your contribution towards retirements or saving, I would say just be really mindful. And this is where conscious spending comes in picture. Be very conscious on what you are spending on. If it's not necessary, don't do that. It's not necessary. No, see, you don't have to. This is something what I have learned during my journey so far, is when you are in a debt or when you are in any financial situation, no one comes to rescue you. None of your relatives does. Okay, so that is very important, that you are saving yourself in that. And because none of those relatives come to rescue you in any such situation, therefore there is no reason why we should be thinking that if I do not spend money on this thing, they are going to think like that. No, that person is not coming to rescue me if I'm in the financial debt, is he? So no, I don't need to think about him when I'm making plannings for coming out of my debt. Yeah. So that is the thing. If you are kind of spending money just for the sake of like kind of going out for dinner with friends or family or anything, no, it's easy to say no. We don't want to. Simple, we don't want to. No, I'm not saying that cut away from the family or don't entertain them or anything like that, but I am talking about the payments and money where we do spend the money which is not really needed to do so. Yeah. So please don't get me wrong here. So this is very important to understand, that you do not take the money out from the place where you are get contributing towards savings and pensions and retirement and things like that. Take the money out for to make this repayments for the debt from the part where you are spending the money for no reason. You might be thinking what I'm talking about here, but if you will go in your past experience with how you spent your money, if you have been doing exercises, what I'm telling you to, then obviously by now you should have a clear picture of what is your spending pattern, how you spend money on the monthly, weekly, daily basis. And if you still don't have that clear picture in yourself, I am sorry, but probably you're not doing the exercises properly. So now there are some personal variations here. Now, when you're doing this, you have to sit with your list and really take a good hard look about which debts really weigh you down the most. As I said, for some people, borrowed money from someone weighs them down the most. Okay, if that is not the case, or it could be the case of there are loans or there are credits which you have taken from somewhere where you are paying high or too much interest rates on it. So it's always wise to pay that one first so that you can save some money on the interest and tax and things like that. Okay, so that is what you should be doing. Now, although all of this exercise is very numerical and related to numbers and everything, but the purpose, remember, here is to see what you are feeling in this process. Feeling is the most important part when you are working on your mindset. If you know what you're feeling towards some actions or something or someone, that is what, when you are able to shift those feeling to the positive side. If you don't know, if you're not aware of your feeling, there's nothing that you can do about it. Okay, so now feelings in the present. So how did beginning your plan for paying off debts makes you feel? Was it empowering or unnerving for you? Do you feel you finally have a way out, or do you feel you are trapped forever and you will never be able to get out of this? How you feel in that particular moment when you're doing this exercise? Can you really identify where these feelings are actually living inside your body? Is it in your heart? Is it in your chest? Is it in your mind? Where these feelings are actually living? Where are you feeling the most heavy while you're doing these exercises? Now, what kind of additional self care can you practice to guide yourself through any tension that arises? Very important. What kind of self care you can give yourself at that particular time, just to see, to guide yourself if there is any tension or anything arises while doing these exercises. That self-care could be meditation, the best thing. That is some my go-to self-care all the time. Second, meditation, listening to some motivational video. Or third, meditation for me is reading. Reading anything motivational is complete go-to for me. These three things save me every time I am coming up with any sort of burden, feelings, or anything which is really, really pulling me down. These are the three things which I do. What are any creative ways you can send messages to yourself that will inspire sticking to the plan? If there is any, if you are getting motivated, demotivated in during this process or anything like that, is there anything creative you can do for yourself which will keep you motivated to keep you going in the process of this money transformation situation? Now, remember, I posted a story some time back where I said that many people think that mindset work is all about thinking positive all the time, but that is a myth. The fact is, mindset work is much more inner work than it's needed, that than it is anywhere. So mindset work is basically when you are like kind of basically sorry, I just got distracted. Mindset work is basically when you are kind of, it needs so much of inner work, so, and on the continuous basis, like daily basis, it needs that work to be done upon yourself. That is the mindset work. It is nothing to do with positive thinking, because when you're doing these mindset work and taking the steps and actions that is needed to be taken in that particular moment, that is when you start seeing the shift in your mindset. And that is when the shift happens, that is when you see the opportunities coming to your way. So all of this work which I have actually taken you through in past 6 days, 6 day today, it is all mindset work. Because unless and until you're clear on what you are trying to achieve and what you are trying to do and what you need to do for that, unless and until you're clear on that, there is no way that you're reaching anywhere, right? If you need to reach from point A to B, you have to know the path, how to reach there. This is the path, how to reach there. We are trying to reach point B from A here. Okay, so now after you have done all of this exercise, now comes some mindset visualization work. So now what I want you to do after this is I want you to start visualizing. This is the inner exercise which you need to do alongside of this. Now what I want you to do is to actually visualize how your debt-free life is going to look. So close your eyes just for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how much longer you can actually take time to visualize. Yeah, just visualize that you are, how is your debt-free life is going to look? What are the things which you will be able to do when your life is debt-free? What are the steps you will be able to take? What kind of life you will be able to live after that? Okay, so now these are the steps that you need to do in order to achieve that debt-free life. Now, important message: you are striving here for relief. Now, don't beat yourself up for anything in this process. Don't judge yourself, and don't ever think that you have done something wrong in the past. We are here to improve whatever has happened in the past. Bygones are bygones. Past has happened. You can't do anything about it. But what you can do is to make it better. So that is what the aim of these lives are. So I really hope that you have enjoyed today's live and you are going to take actions what are needed to be taken. And having all of that said, I will see you tomorrow in the live at same time, 5 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening. Until then, you guys really take care, and with much love and gratitude, see you guys tomorrow. Take care.